stand with your feet parallel, hip distance apart. Engage your quadriceps, spread your toes, engage your abs, widen across the chest, engage your arms, spread the fingers. Mountain pose, Tadasana. We'll take a few deep breaths here. And inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down, keeping all those actions in place. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, keeping a strong core, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides, back where we started in Tadasana. Core is engaged, legs are strong, arms are strong. Shoulders and neck are relaxed. Walk towards the top of your mat, starting in Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands and find plank pose. If this is too much, you can always drop the knees in place for a modified plank. Lower slowly to the mat. Keep the hands where they are. Then inhale, find your COBRA, keeping the pelvis on the mat. Lifting the chest. Exhale, push into the mat. Curl the toes, find modified plank or full plank, and then downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll take a few deep breaths here in Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then on the next exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Walk the feet back to plank pose again. And you always have that option to drop the knees here. We're going to lower nice and slowly, tipping forward a little, creating some room, all the way down to the mat. Relax the toes. Inhale, COBRA again, keeping the pelvis on the mat. Exhale, plank, downward facing dog. Find your Tadasana here, engaging the legs, the core, and the arms. On the next exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, widen across the chest. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, walk the feet back to plank pose. You always have the option to drop the knees. Keep breathing, and then lower all the way down. Inhale, COBRA or upward facing dog with your entire legs off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. On the next exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Find your Tadasana here, recalibrating. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, walk back to plank. Couple of breaths here, keeping the core engaged, legs engaged. Lower all the way down to the mat, relax the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here, lift the right leg up behind you. Keep that core engaged. Bring the right knee to the chest. Couple of breaths here. Keep that core engaged, back leg strong. Plant that right foot between the hands and come on up to Crescent Pose. Anjaneyasana. Next exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Chaturanga, lowering all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can always do cobra instead. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up behind you. Keep that core engaged. Try to keep the hips square as you bring that knee to the chest. Keep that core engaged. Always breathe. Plant that foot between the hands. Come on up to Crescent Pose. Anjaneyasana on the opposite side. Core is engaged. Shoulders are relaxed. Back leg is strong. Next exhale. Plant the hands on the mat. Find plank. Chaturanga, lowering all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Arms are engaged. Try not to lock the elbows. Next exhale, walk the feet forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Keep that core engaged as you rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, widen across the chest. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, walk the feet back to plank pose. Chaturanga, all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Lift the right leg up behind you. With control, plant that foot between the hands. Come up to crescent again. Take your hands to your heart. And then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, twist to your right, placing the arm on the thigh. Twist a little further, open up the chest. The next inhale, come back to crescent. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat, find plank, chaturanga, lowering. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Inhale the left leg up behind you. Keeping the core engaged, back leg strong. Slowly, with control, plant that left foot between the hands. Come on up to crescent on the other side. Then bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in and exhale, twisting to your left. Make sure the arm is on the thigh. Keep breathing here, nice and long. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Find plank. Chaturanga, lowering nice and slowly all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here in down dog. Legs are engaged, arms are engaged, our core is engaged, neck is relaxed. Next exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway up, widen across the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Back into Tadasana. Couple of breaths here. And inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Find plank pose. We'll take a few breaths here. Then lower all the way down, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up behind you with control. Plant that foot between the hands and then heel toe the foot towards the center of the mat. Turn the back toes in slightly. Come up to warrior two and look over your left fingertips. I'm mirroring you, so don't worry. Keep that core engaged. Keep the back leg strong. Reach that left hand forward, place the forearm on the thigh and take the other arm up and over for Parsvakonasana. Feel that line of energy all the way from your right foot to your right hand. Come back to warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior for a breath in, and then on the exhale, windmill the hands to the top, plant them, find your plank. Couple of breaths here. Lower Chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up behind you. With control, plant that foot between the hands and heel toe that foot towards the center of the mat. Turn the back toes in slightly, coming up to warrior two. On the opposite side, keep that core engaged, keep the back leg strong, keep those arms engaged. Keep breathing, looking over your right fingertips. Reach that right hand forward, plant the arm on the thigh, take the other arm up and over for Parsvakonasana on the opposite side. Try to keep the chest nice and open. Come back to warrior two. Flip the front palm and reverse the warrior for a breath in. And then on the exhale, windmill the hands to the top of the mat, plant them, find your plank. Lower, nice and slowly, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here in downward facing dog. Finding our Tadasana. Core is engaged. Legs are strong. Walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Keeping the core engaged. Sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. And arms by the sides. Back in Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, find plank. Lower, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up behind you. With control, plant the foot between the hands and move that foot towards the center of the mat so it's in line with the middle of the back foot. Come up to Trikonasana, or getting ready for Trikonasana rather. Reach that left hand forward and send it down towards the mat or a block. Bring the other arm up towards the sky. So both legs are straight here and engaged. And if you can, take the block to the outside of the leg, keeping the chest a little bit wider if possible. Both legs are strong, core is engaged. Keep breathing. Bend that left leg and see if you can come up to Ardha Chandrasana, keeping the chest nice and open, keeping both legs strong. Try to lift that back leg up a little higher if you can. Try not to weigh the block too much. It's there mainly for balance. Keep breathing. Come back to Trikonasana. Come back up. Reverse warrior, bending the front knee. Deep breath in, exhale. Plant the hands on the mat. Find plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Lift the right leg up behind you with control. Plant that foot between the hands and then move it towards the center of the mat. Back toes turn in slightly. Coming into Trikonasana prep on the opposite side. Reach with that right hand and then find the block on the outside of the leg if possible. Keep the core engaged, widen across the chest. Both legs are strong. If your right toe is lifting, see if you can put pressure on it to keep it down. Pressure on the outer edge of the back foot. Keep breathing, getting the nice long stretch along the hamstring. And then take that block forward, balancing on the right leg, coming into Ardha Chandrasana on the opposite side. Try to straighten both legs. Try to keep the core engaged. Lift that leg that's up in the air a little bit higher, your left leg. Come back to Trikonasana with control. Reverse your warrior here, bending the front knee. Exhale, plant the hands, find plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Few breaths there in down dog. Next exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Let's stand along the long edge of the mat. Have the block in front of you. Hands on your hips with the legs wide, feet parallel. Take a deep breath in, exhale, fold halfway down. Take another breath in and exhale, fold all the way down and find your block with your hands. Gradually easing into Prasarita Padottanasana. Now, if you feel comfortable enough, you can remove the block and have your hands down on the mat. Bending your elbows, hinging a little bit further, trying to keep the spine a little long. And see if you can walk the hands back so they're in line with the feet. Prasarita Padottanasana. So again, bending the elbows, folding a little further. Not completely losing the spine. Strong core, come on up all the way. Deep breath in, exhale, fold. Bring the block underneath you again. And you can decide what setting you need for the block, and take your left hand on the block and the other hand up towards the sky. Again, I'm mirroring you for a twist in Prasarita Padottanasana. With each inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, twist a little further if you can. Keep breathing. Okay. Bring that right hand down, place it on the block. Take the left hand to the hip and open up to your left. And take that left arm up towards the sky, twisting on the other side. Keep breathing nice and long. Keep those legs engaged. Opening up the chest hair as well. With each inhale, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, see if you can twist a little further. Come back down with control. Remove the block. We'll find Prasarita Padottanasana one more time for a couple of breaths. And then come up halfway. Place your hands on the hips and then come on up all the way with a strong core. With your legs still wide, you're going to clasp your hands behind you, or you can use a strap. Just grab on to the strap with both hands, with a suitable distance between the hands. Take a deep breath in, engage the core, and exhale, fold forward, and start taking your arms up towards the sky, away from your back. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears, neck nice and relaxed. Keep the legs strong. Keep breathing. A few more breaths. With a strong core, come up halfway, and then inhale, come up all the way. Remove the strap and heel toe the feet together, and you can jump the last part if you want. Make your way to the top of the mat once more. Find your Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Find plank. Lower, all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you. With control, plant that foot between the hands. Drop the left heel and find warrior one. I'm not mirroring you this time. Keep the core engaged. I usually mirror you when you're facing me. Next exhale, plant the hands on the mat, find plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, plank, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up behind you with control. Plant that foot between the hands. Drop the right heel. Come on up to warrior one on the other side. Keep breathing. Engage that core. Engage the back leg. On your next exhale, plant the hands in front of you on the mat. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. A couple of breaths here. downward facing dog. Next exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale halfway up, exhale fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, walk back to plank. Lower, all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, plank, downward facing dog. You can always skip plank if you want. Lift the right leg up behind you. With control, plant that foot between the hands. Come up to crescent for a moment. Engage that core. And lean forward and come into warrior 3. Engaging the core. Trying to get that body horizontal. Lift that back leg up a little if you can. Keeping both legs engaged and nice and straight. Keeping the arms engaged. Yep, lift those arms up a little as well if they're drifting down. Keep breathing. Come back to crescent with control. Exhale, plant the hands in front of you. Find chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, plank, downward facing dog. Well, good news is we got another side. Inhale the left leg up behind you. With control, plant that foot between the hands. Find crescent for a moment. And then lean forward and come on up into warrior 3 on the opposite side. Keep breathing nice and long. See if you can lift that leg a little higher. Lift the arms up if you can. Keep the standing leg nice and straight. Try to square the hips here as well. I know it's a lot. But we do our best. Come back to crescent. Deep breath in. Exhale. Plant the hands on the mat. Find plank. Chaturanga all the way down. Cobra. Pelvis is on the mat. Exhale. Plank. Downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here. Down dog. Arms are engaged, fingers are spread, core is engaged, legs are strong, feet are parallel. Next exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, walk back to down dog. Couple of breaths here. And gently drop the knees. Widen the knees, bring the big toes to touch, and sink back into a much deserved child's pose or Balasana. We'll be here for a few moments. Taking a breather, taking a rest. We're still in the yang portion of the practice. We have a little more heat to build, and then we'll find the yin portion. When you're ready, push yourselves up into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, engage the arms, keep the shoulders relaxed. Next exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Standing in Tadasana. Inhale to chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Plant the right foot between the hands. Find your warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant the left foot between the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara B. 5 breaths here in downward facing dog. 2 more rounds to go. Definitely building some heat now. Try to keep those actions in mind, even though we're moving a little faster. Next exhale, walk or step or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair, Utthita. Inhale to rise, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, chair, Utthita. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot between the hands. Warrior one. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot between the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can always do cobra if you need to. Downward facing dog on the exhale. 5 nice long breaths here, with 1 more cycle to go of Surya Namaskara B, Sun Salutation B. Next exhale, walk, step or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Plant the right foot between the hands. Warrior one on the inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot between the hands. Inhale, warrior one on the opposite side. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take 5 long breaths here, rounding out our Surya Namaskara B. Try to keep all those actions in mind. Next exhale, walk, step or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Next inhale, rise. Hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Great job. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Walk back to down dog. Drop the knees and take a much deserved child's pose. Widen the knees, big toes touch. When you're ready, push yourselves back up into downward facing dog. Walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Hands to the heart. Arms by the sides, meeting back in Tadasana. Grab a strap if you can, or a towel. And you're going to place the strap around the ball of the left foot, standing on the right foot. Bring that left foot up and the leg up straight, coming into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Try to widen across the chest, and then we'll take that leg out to the left. You can take your right arm out to the right to help you balance. Keep that standing leg engaged. Bring that leg back to center and release the strap and shake it out. Getting a nice stretch along the hamstrings. Let's do it on the other side. Wrap the strap or towel around the ball of the right foot. bringing that right foot up straight, straightening the leg, widening across the chest, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Take that leg out to the right, and you can take your left arm out to the left. And I am again mirroring you because I'm facing you and you're facing me. Keep that core engaged as you bring that leg back. Release the strap, shake the legs out, and we'll keep balancing. Drop the strap. All right. Take your left leg over your right and your right arm over your left, coming into Garudasana. Sink a little lower, bring the elbows up a little, pull the shoulders back, and also take the hands away from the face, getting an intense, hopefully comfortable stretch along the shoulders. Keep breathing. Come on up, release the hands and the legs, shake it out. We got one more side. Take that right leg over the left, take the left arm over the right, hook the hands, sink down in your eagle pose, Garudasana. See if you can lift the elbows up a little, keeping the shoulders drawn back. See if you can move your hands away from your face, giving you an extra stretch along the shoulders. Come back up, release the hands and the legs, shake it out. All right, one more balancing pose. Vrksasana, tree pose. Bend your left knee, point the left knee towards the left. You can place the foot on the inside of the calf, or you can place it on the inside of the thigh, but not on the knee. Coming into tree pose, hands to the heart. So my heel is on my thigh, and it might look like my foot is on my knee, but it's not. Take the arms up towards the sky as an option. You can still have your hands at your heart. Engage that standing leg, keep the hip in, bring the hands to the heart, release, and shake it out. One more side. Bend the right knee, turn the right knee towards the right, and you can place the foot on the inside of the calf or the inside of the thigh of the opposite leg. Hands to the heart. Keep that standing leg strong. Keep the core engaged. Firm that left hip in. Don't let it go out too much. And take the arms up towards the sky if you want. Find your focus, your drishti, something to look at. It helps to focus on one object instead of looking around. Hands to the heart, release the foot, shake it out. Standing at the top of your mats, inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, plank. Take your right hand to the center of the mat and open up to Vasisthasana, side plank. You have the option to separate the legs, totally optional. Lift the hips up a little higher, engage the core, chest is wide. Come back to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next exhale, jump or walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, plank. And take the left hand underneath the face, opening up to the left side for Vasisthasana. And you can separate the legs out here as well if you'd like. It's optional, or you can keep the feet stacked, or any other modification or variation that you'd like to take. come back to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Couple of breaths here. Next exhale, walk, step or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart and then arms by the sides. We're almost at our peak pose today. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. And then sit down and come into Malasana, a squat. So as you're seated here, you should be getting a nice stretch along the hips. See if you can actually widen across the chest here as well, opening up the chest a little bit. Keep breathing. Okay, let's get ready for Bakasana, crow pose. Engage that core and try to get your knees as close to the armpits as possible. Lift one foot up and then the other foot up. Balancing here. It's an arm balance. Jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yay, we made it through our peak pose, Bakasana. Couple of breaths here. Exhale, walk, step or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Walk back to down dog. Couple of breaths here. In down dog. Drop the knees for a much deserved Balasana, child's pose. We're beginning to ground. We'll start the yin portion of the practice in just a few moments. It's going to be very different from what we just did. Push yourselves up and then face me, seated with your legs wide apart, getting ready for our first yin pose, dragonfly side bend. Take your left elbow over your left thigh and cradle your head with your left hand. You can also use a block between your elbow and your thigh, and take the other arm up and gently place it over your head. We're going to be here for about 90 seconds or so. No more heavy breathing. No more engaging all those muscles. We're going to surrender to gravity and let gravity do most of the work for us here. Hopefully feeling a nice stretch along the side body, maybe in some other parts of the body as well, but not seeking too much, just trying to be happy where we are. And yin poses are also meditative poses. We hold them for a little bit longer. So it gives us an opportunity to find some stillness, to find some quiet. And we can use an anchor. We can try to find something to focus on, like our breath, or maybe any sounds around you, or maybe a sensation in the body, or even a mantra if you'd like to repeat something over and over again. That might work. All right, we'll remove the block if we're using one, and then we'll windshield wipe the knees to the left and right, and maybe move the neck around a little bit as well. We try to neutralize between yin poses, between sides as well. Let's do the other side. So now take the block, place it over your right thigh. Put your elbow over the block, cradle your head with your right hand, and take the other hand up and place it over your head. Try to make yourself as comfortable as you can. If you don't need the block, you can remove it, but I suggest using it to make yourself more comfortable, because we're going to hold this for about 90 seconds. I'll stop talking and let you find that meditative state, or at least try to get there. All right, carefully come on out of the pose. And again, you can bend the knees and windshield wipe the knees to the left and right. Move your neck around a little bit, neutralizing the spine. And we'll get ready for our second yin pose for today. We're going to do King Arthur. Come onto all fours. Take your right foot between the hands. Come on up. Place your hands on your thigh. And if you can, grab your left foot gently with your left hand. We're going to try to be here for about 90 seconds. If this is too much, you can always let go of that foot and keep both hands on top of your right thigh. So in yin poses, we also try to look for stillness in the body, not just in the mind. So do your best to not fidget, to not move around too much. You don't have to engage your core here, but if you need to keep upright, then by all means do so. Gently release that foot, come back to all fours, and again we're going to neutralize. So I like to make circles with my hips and throw in some cat-cows while I'm doing that. So moving around in no particular fashion. So do whatever feels good to you. You can even rest in child's pose, something to bring that spine and our body back to neutral. All right, let's take the left foot between the hands. Place the hands over the left thigh. You can be here. This could be your pose for today. Or if you want a little more, you can try to grab that right foot with the right hand. And again, just make yourselves as comfortable as you can. Don't worry about breathing heavily or engaging any muscles. Just be. Surrender to gravity, surrender to the pose. Try to find just a little more quiet. Try to stay in the present if you can. Don't worry about the future or the past. Use an anchor if you have to, like your breath or a mantra. Gently release the foot, come back to all fours, and then find any movement that suits you, helps you neutralize the spine. We'll do one more yin pose. We'll do frog pose next. And so separate the knees even more than child's pose. Come down to child's pose for a moment. Knees are really wide. And from here, start to separate the feet. Ooh, you might feel an intense stretch in the hips already. This might be enough for you. If you want more, start to walk the hands forward. Your hips are going to start going up a little bit. And this is our pose, frog pose. So many options to choose from. We're going to hold for about 90 seconds here. So do your best to find some stillness. So yin poses help us definitely quieten the mind, but they also help us open up connective tissue in the body that's been tight for a long time. When we're moving through those asanas fairly quickly, we don't really give that tissue in the body time to unglue itself. So yin poses are a way of accessing parts of the body that we normally don't. Okay, bring those hands back. Bring those feet together, coming back into the child's pose. And we'll just neutralize here. We'll just hang out here for a few breaths. And then drag the hands towards the knees coming up. And then we'll make our way onto our backs. We'll do a figure 4 stretch, sometimes called reclined pigeon. Take your right ankle over your left thigh, lift the left foot up, interlace the fingers behind the left thigh, just hanging out here, getting a nice stretch through our glutes, maybe even the piriformis. See what happens if you move your legs over to the left a few inches. Maybe it intensifies the stretch. You can always pull a little further towards you. See what that does. Okay, release the foot, release the hands. Windshield wipe the knees to the left and right. Before we do the other side, so take the left ankle over the right thigh, interlace the fingers behind the right thigh as you lift that left foot up, or right foot up. What happens if you move your legs a few inches over to the right side? Does that intensify the stretch? Maybe, maybe not. Worth a try? Sure. A few more breaths here. Feeling a nice stretch through our glutes. Release the foot, release the hands. Widen the feet, arms to a T, and drop the knees over to the right. And if you want, you can hook the right foot over the left thigh as an option. Look over to your left, opposite direction to your knees, getting a nice twist. With each inhale, imagine the spine growing taller. And as you exhale, you can imagine the spine twisting just a few more degrees. Release the foot, bring the knees back up. Make sure the feet are still wide as you drop them over to the left side this time. And if you want, you can hook the left foot over the right thigh. And then look over towards the right, opposite direction to your knees. Getting a nice stretch through our hips, twisting the spine. Maybe even getting a nice stretch in the neck. Inhaling, growing taller with each inhale. Exhaling, twisting a little more. Release the foot, bring the knees back up. Hug the knees into the chest, rock here from side to side. Maybe make circles with our knees, both knees in the same direction. Maybe change the direction of the circles. One more yummy pose today. We'll get into happy baby, grabbing our toes with our peace finger and thumb, and rocking here from side to side. You can try to straighten your legs. You can even try to rock backwards and forwards. It feels really good along the spine, but do this with care. Hug the knees into the chest one more time. Squeeze into a ball. Take a deep breath in, squeeze, and exhale. Release everything down to the mat for our final pose, Shavasana. No more heavy breathing. No more work. No more engaging any muscles. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms, all the way down to your fingertips. Relax your legs all the way down to your toes. Relax your forehead, let your tongue hang loose in your mouth. Let everything go. Try to find that meditative state, that quiet. Find an anchor, something to focus on, whatever it might be. Try to stay in the present for a couple of minutes in Shavasana. Thoughts might come and go. Don't worry about it too much. It's really difficult to stop thinking completely. Don't fight things too hard. Just see if you can rein things back a little to the present, to where you are. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe sway your head gently from left to right. Take the arms overhead. Take a deep breath in and one final stretch. Exhale, bring the arms back by your sides and roll over to your right side. Push yourselves up with your head to come up last as slowly as you can. Find any comfortable seated position. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, once again, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Thank you for watching today. Release the hands, open the eyes. Namaste.